Hello and welcome to the SmackDown Saturday Night's Main Event Preview. We are the Dudley Boys of WhatCulture. I'm Adam Wilbourn, joined by Michael Hamflett to look ahead to tonight's episode of SmackDown Saturday Night's Main.
I didn't realise there was a speeding car edition. We're going, we're around one corner at SmackDown. Saturday Night's Main Event. It's like an F1 race of wrestling.
But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music, like that. Wherever you get your podcasts from. The Daily Wrestling Podcast. We not only review SmackDown, but also Saturday Night's Main Event, Raw, NXT, the show formerly known as NXT 2.0. Oh! We done right, pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, a roundabout complete with a blinking quiz, of course, on WrestleCulture.
This is good. This is good stuff.
Strong start.
Yeah.
As I said, though, join by Michael Hamflett to look ahead to tonight's episode of Friday Night SmackDown, Saturday night's episode of Saturday Night's Main Event.
Christ, mate. Oh dear, we've stumbled tits first into another winner, it would seem.
The bits were just as the word.
Replacing the word and. In fact, any conjunction with
I will give Sidge is the sort of originator of so I'll give him a heads up for that one.
No, he's the originator of cum.
Excuse me?
Yeah, he wanted to make it a jizzing gag, didn't he?
Of course.
So it was like listeners cum viewers, like Saturday Night's Main Event cum SmackDown, or like Dynamite cum Collision if it's a double taping. Not that anybody would ever feel that strong an emotion at one of them.
AW cum Warner.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. His was more about ejaculate.
Yeah.
Yours is simply about linking things together.
Appropriate then that tonight and tomorrow night we're heading to the Bell End Centre in Montreal, Quebec.
Yes. Montreal Screwjob location.
Yeah.
Site, I think, of what I hope we're going to get tonight, which is that quite amazing Sami Zayn promo the night before he fought Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber 2023. I'd like a second go of that tonight. Yeah, a building not without significant history, but over time, even WWE got bored of rehashing the finish. Or like, that was 1997, right? I'm often in 1997. But that is nearly 30 years ago. There is no one singular event in wrestling where if they went back to that building, they would keep just referencing, like Madison Square Garden's got all the history, right? But you can name a ton of moments that happened in that building. They even went back to Detroit for WrestleMania in 2023. Hogan Andre is like a lot of people's year zero of all wrestling. A lot of wrestlers' year zero for wrestling. And even then, that was only like a 20-year gap. WrestleMania 33, they still were like, well, no, we have to go to Detroit. So I know we're going to go where the most money is. Like, this is one of those places where it's been so long now that they've I guess with the mention of the Sami Zayn thing and the fact that there's a twofer here with SmackDown Saturday Night's Main Event, SNME for short.
Of course.
Yeah. It's got history, but it should be more about the present. It should be more about what's going on. It should feel like this big weekend. It's this, not to use your parlance here, but it's a kind of go-home weekend for the Royal Rumble, isn't it?
Yes.
Like everything is in service of the Royal Rumble. They're big, but it's all really in service of the Royal Rumble. Feels a little bit special, this.
I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been as heavily invested in a Saturday Night's Main Event for quite some time. Maybe it was Punk fighting for the title on one of them, I seem to remember.
He was, but it was the Jey, so everything felt like a bit of a rushed compromise because of Seth Rollins' injury. The thing with these Saturday Night's Main Events is, right, I'm not going to push back on the argument that the importance has dropped from the first one. That's WWE. Attach that to literally every single thing they've ever done, ever. But they do, when they're like constantly building these various different matches and we always get ourselves tangled up over whether or not it's TV worthy or PLE worthy or WrestleMania worthy or wherever something fits, they do tend to land on a couple of big ones for these Saturday Night's Main Event. They've not we're presumably going to flesh out the rest of the card here.
But at least we've got 3 matches on the card right now. I assume
of course,
yeah.
Do you know what? I keep forgetting about the title 4-way. But yeah, like, all three matches feel bigger than your average Raw or SmackDown TV main event. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I get, like, a 4-way for a title shot at a pay-per-view is fine, but, like, I think it merits, especially considering, well, one person in particular who's involved in it, it merits putting that on a, sort of halfway house between TV and PLE, basically. Ignore
the fact that, obviously, Finn Balor had the home landmass advantage on Raw. CM Punk.
This is my island, not spelled like that.
Yeah. CM Punk defending the world title there was this cool match for a very sort of location-specific Raw. But in terms of the stories and the picture of WWE currently, Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu is a bigger match.
Yeah.
It's really fresh. It's just off the back of an out-of-nowhere beef that exists between the two men. It's a right now zeitgeisty match within WWE, isn't it? And Saturday Night's Main Event feels like this big stage for it.
The extra match, I was just thinking there, because you've got, if you're unaware about Saturday Night's Main Event, obviously you've got the 4-way to determine who faces Drew for the title at the Royal Rumble next weekend. You've got the tag team titles on the line, which we'll also talk about because of the tag team number 1 contenders match tonight on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu. Room for a 4th match, but not necessarily a long one, I think that's fair to say, because SNMEs are generally quite tight.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, I'm going to pitch one to you now. Not going to be like the match of the night or anything like that, but merits being on this card for me for at least 50% of the match. Matt Cardona versus Kit Wilson.
Funny you mention that, because I brought a pitch to the table and it was Kit Wilson's open challenge.
Okay.
To be answered by somebody that absolutely whoops his ass.
Yeah.
But you get the entrance that's suddenly gotten really over. You get the music that people love. Kit Wilson, is growing into this character week on week. He added those absurd pearl necklaces last week that, need getting knocked out, off his body, don't they? You want to see them pearls going everywhere off somebody. Cardona potentially gets his revenge, and that was what that exists for. I'm fine with that.
That can be like a 5-minute match.
Yeah, you just drop it on in the middle, don't you? They did the... on the John Cena one, even that R-Truth, Miz, Joe Hendry bit. There's something for the year of the Miz 2026. Hoorah!
Hoorah!
He's been the kind of, well, he's not been the only narrative glue to go back to SmackDown come Saturday Night's Main Event. There's been one stable that we love very much that have kind of been the narrative adhesive of everything going on SmackDown. But the Miz is sort of bizarrely factored into so many little things of late that he could rock up on this Saturday Night's Main Event. He's I am absolutely sick, quite frankly, of how I continue to be abused or neglected or whatever, and then somebody shows up and whoops his ass. I tell you what, I know we've all just assumed the Royal Rumble, but the Miz doing his, I'm the locker room leader around here. It's the year of the Miz. I know he's never said those words, but oddly it does feel like we've kind of, we've broadcast that into reality a little bit. Obafemi just coming out and flattening him.
And then saying, see you at the Rumble.
Yeah, not bad. Proper stage for it, proper platform, a bit of promotion. I don't think the money is in an Obafemi surprise pop. I think you put him on as a Rumble. They're doing the vignettes, aren't they? You could even have it, because it's Saturday Night's Main Event, it wouldn't even need to reveal what brand he's going to be on.
Exactly.
I love that. Or Kit Wilson. The Kit Wilson Open Challenge. And Obafemi just comes out and monsters him. I think we've done it. Obafemi arrives on Saturday Night's Main Event.
Before we get to the big title ramifications, would you have Cody Rhodes lose to Jacob Fatu here?
Yes. Yes, I would. Can we make this a SmackDown Saturday Night's Main Event segment I really want on Raw Preview?
Absolutely. Oh, yes, especially because I know what's about to get to.
2024, Cody Rhodes is not going to let what happened at WrestleMania 39 happen at WrestleMania 40, and the road ahead looks pretty clear until November 2023. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a new challenger has entered at the very, very top, and it's CM Punk. And the two of them are the heavy favourites going into the Royal Rumble, and you can absolutely believe that out of nowhere, Punk is going to usurp Cody Rhodes and his spot and his story and everything. And the promo is this manifestation of a dream that we thought we'd lost in AEW that can suddenly come to life in WWE, and it's absolutely incredible. And their foreheads touch, and some people Photoshop their lips touching, and you'd frankly go for it, because before we are fighters, we are lovers, because the two of them are just so magnetic together. Flash forward 12 months, and we are once again on the go-home Raw, and this time Cody Rhodes has a strap slung across his shoulder and is more than happy to take on any challenger that wins that Royal Rumble, and once again, CM Punk wants it, and he wants it more than most. Survivor Series this year was the moment where I started to worry that, like, does Punk want it this year? He's got the Seth belt, he maybe doesn't fancy the politics and the challenge, and there's always people in the mix, and he's just like, hey, you know what? I had a night one last year. There's going to be more WrestleManias in my future. Maybe this is year I sort of take a bit of I don't fancy the fight of it. But as a result, now that him and Cody have swapped places all of a sudden,
yes,
he's the guy with the belt over his shoulder. And it's kind of like, isn't it funny how things can change in a year? Like, all of a sudden now I'm the one. You were telling me last year that maybe I'd got a little bit complacent, a little bit comfy, and you were heading into that Royal Rumble to win it. But you didn't, did you? In fact, you've never done it. I've done it twice before. What makes you think that I can't do it a third time and then I come for you, CM Punk? Like, the chaser has become the chasee, or whichever way around it would be.
Yeah.
And you've got that promo all over again. Never would there be a better time to have Cody Rhodes lose again than when he's about to go in the line of CM Punk's fire. It's like, Cody, mate, with all due respect, how do you think you can win a Rumble when you can't even win a match?
Yes.
All I've been doing has been defending this title. Like... Yeah, well done for finishing your story and everything. But I think it made it clear last week on Raw that my story is I hold this belt forever.
Your story's getting pulped.
Love it. I'm going to get out your hair, Cody. This has all gotten a little bit too episodic for me. Good luck on Saturday.
Yeah. Needless to say, I got the last word. So it just kind of pulls that face then. Psh, psh. But no, promo of the year 3. Absolutely.
Could be set up for Monday. Come on, WWE. Shows that you got
Cody losing and suddenly being like, oh, bollocks.
It's Rumble or bust.
Am I going to actually be on the WrestleMania card?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but...
Yeah, that character should...
Huge for Jacob Fatu as well.
Yeah, like you kind of set in motion this Jacob Fatu return push with a massive win. The other option we're not discounting is the fact they've gotten a little bit soft with finishes and they could just be a DQ.
Drew comes in and kicks both the races.
Debbie Deeks, throwing it out, cheap ace... non-committal.
I get like...
I know what you're going to say here. With Obafemi, there was 2 champions that you didn't want to tarnish. There isn't that worry anymore.
Huh?
Yeah.
Cody.
I hope there is the commitment to the bit here and Cody gets beat because, well, especially because if you're going to position him as a favourite / final 2, final 3 for the Rumble, we said this before, there are perfect times for wrestlers to lose and lose nothing. And this is that for Cody Rhodes. Like, we used to say this, remember before Drew had actually turned, and we used to say this about Drew McIntyre for months, beat this guy like a drum.
Yeah.
Because something is happening in his story that actually serves it. Cody Rhodes could turn heel. Cody Rhodes could be lean heel. Cody Rhodes could fight any one of the slate of other main eventers and fit in. Like, nobody is doubting his place on the WrestleMania card, even when you can't map the card out. I read some, frankly, horrifying stories this week that at the moment, the 2 of the options are a 3-way between Jacob, Drew, and Cody, or another Drew and Cody match. I hate them both, but it's not because Cody's in them.
No.
He's a guy that is going to occupy one of these big spots.
And I also like the dynamic potentially of he loses here, and let's say he doesn't win the Rumble, right? Mm-hmm. Someone else does. Suddenly he's there on SmackDown, and he's gone from the guy that everyone wants to face to the guy that's like, everyone's like, I kind of want to be higher up the card, or I want to be doing something important. Why would I go with Cody?
That promo he cut gets better and better. The last one he cut before the Drew match, where he was like, everybody keeps saying that they see me as the number one guy, and they not think that I'm seeing them seeing me. All of a sudden, there's just nothing to see.
Yeah.
He's looking around and nobody's looking at him. Like, what that would do to an athlete of his caliber's head, and what that would do to, like, the mindset of a guy that even when he's not got the belt believes himself to be the QB. It's really good character development for a guy in Cody Rhodes who is historically very good at character development. He got it badly wrong in AEW, but what was sort of, you've kind of felt frustrated on his behalf, other than the fact it was really funny, was that, like, you could see that he was constantly trying stuff, but he was trying too much. None of it was working. None of it was connecting. But he was thinking on this, like, in his mind, there was this, like, really interesting long game playing out. And then he was just like, but I could also do that. But I could also do that. But I could also do that.
It's the manager who tinkers with his selection every single week, and you're like, just put the same 11 players out, and it might just click.
Yeah, like he needs. I'm going to sound patronising here, and I don't mean it to. But he does sometimes need a bit of streamlining.
Yeah.
But right now, the direction is clear enough. You've not gone scattergun here with Cody Rhodes. It's a guy that's lost, and he's chasing his losses. that natural behaviour of like, right, and it's part right now I need 2 positives. Like he's got to win the Rumble to fix it. Now we're fixed.
And where's the best place to chase your losses? Las Vegas, of course.
Of course, yeah.
That's what everyone says.
That never goes wrong. Everybody leaves that city better off than they arrived.
But the road to Las Vegas starts at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
We've got this 4-way. I mean, technically, we should talk about first. We've got this one-on-one match on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Trick Willie himself versus Damian Priest. Another win for Trick, I'd say.
I think so. Damian Priest is definitely beatable in the 4-way. Because to be honest, I think he actually could be in there to be the pin eater whoever wins. If you look at the slate, Trick Williams isn't the guy you necessarily want to beat straight away. Sami Zayn we're kind of rooting for. Pinning Randy Orton is a big scalp, but I would only really give it to Sami Zayn. So all of a sudden Damian Priest becomes that safety net guy, doesn't he? So there is an argument to be said that you actually have Damian Priest go over here to put Trick in his place, but I don't think Trick's winning the 4-way. So you've got to put him over. You've got to give Trick the win now because he doesn't get pinned on Saturday, but he doesn't win either. You know, he's a guy that I would keep nowhere near the finish of the 4-way.
And then you've got, I mean, granted we're a very biased pro-Trick Williams podcast. You've got him laying out Sami Zayn last week. Mm-hmm. You've got him going toe-to-toe with Randy Orton on the mic. And then you've got him getting a legit pinfall victory. Legit might be a bit of a stretch. He can grab the tights or whatever. But a pinfall victory over Damian Priest. And he's going in like, none of you can touch me.
Do you know what is quite interesting with Priest, even in defeat, even in double defeat over this weekend? He had a pretty good claim on Drew last week, didn't he? About like, well, how did it go for you last time, mate?
Yeah,
street fights, cage matches. I got the
Street Fighter Mania was class.
We spent months beating each other ace, and I won in the end. So what makes you think I couldn't do that again? If he was to lose against Trick Williams, or for that matter, lose the 4-way, corridor agitated Drew McIntyre. Oh, so much for the big man. Yeah. It's not a bad little mini TV feud that, like, even in defeat, Damian Priest gets a little token TV title shot against Drew McIntyre and loses. But, like, you can just do that, can't you? You can build it out of, like, aggro. Drew McIntyre, nice one, asshole. No match for you.
Yeah.
And then Damian and him getting a brawl, and Drew's like, all right, you won it. I'll beat you again. And then they have a match out of nothing. That's one of them proper like sports entertainment builds where people have had to win shots, but just Drew was agitated, and now the comeuppance that he actually has to fight Priest. That you could just pull that one out your ace.
And then Aleister Black gets involved and really wins their feud at the end of it all.
No, you see, when he lost the ambulance match, he already won it.
Good point.
Do you not forget that? They squared that one away.
So yeah, let's switching gears to SNME.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Orton, Trick Williams, Damian Priest, Sami Zayn. I'm hesitant to say this because a lot of us have deep emotional investment, but is it Sami Zayn's time? It feels like the stars have aligned, hasn't it? Montreal qualifying, number one contenders match, Saturday night's main event, to lead you to Saudi Arabia Rumble. Mm-hmm. There's an argument to be made, obviously, that you delay all of this another year, and you have, the Saudi Mania is where Sami Zayn finally wins the world title. As I keep saying with this Punk Cody thing, you don't know what could happen in the next, days, let alone years. Yeah. So don't hang about and be like, well, we'll save that for another time because, by that time, everyone could want Javon Evans to be world champion, for example.
The 4-way is one of the things I've been most looking forward to in some time because in theory, there is only one winner, and yet, because that's literally not the case, this is sort of like fascinatingly unpredictable. I was all in, head and heart, on Sami Zayn 7 days ago. Montreal as the location. The fact that he could do the best go-home promo in French to his audience, and this time, like he could say in French, I came here 2 years ago, and I spoke in French, and I didn't keep my promise. Like, I'm not going to do that again. Like, I'm not going to let you down this time. And they'd all be like, yes, here we go, whipped him into a frenzy, and he gets it done. And then, as you say, he goes to Saudi Arabia. The win or lose, really, the babyface, momentum is going to be with him to get it done. But this Drew taking the belt into WrestleMania thing that has now sludged up a lot of my WrestleMania card ideas has made me think they might go with Randy Orton. because he's a very beatable
Yeah.
WrestleMania Rumble opponent, isn't he? He's a guy that like was face to face with Drew last week. He made no secret to Cody that he wanted a shot at the title, and he said come face to face with him. As soon as the title went on to Drew, he went face to face with Drew, and the first thing he said was, "The last time we did this dance, I was the one that took the belt off you." Remember that random pandemic win he got over him? So there's history there for them to build a Rumble match. It's got a little bit of texture to it, but Drew retains. Like, you've not lost Orton Cody, really. So you've got a bit of a free hit with Randy Orton losing at the Rumble. So I do worry about that. If the goal is to get Drew to WrestleMania, I do worry that they just put Orton over and they sort of like almost grit the teeth a bit. They're like, well, people sing Randy's song, they'll sing it in Montreal. And he just doesn't pin Sami. He pins Damian Priest. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Trick's not losing. Sami's not getting beat. You're protecting the guys that need protecting. Randy Orton wins with an RKO. Yeah, people are going, we wanted Sami Zayn to win, but at least he's not been in the ring and got pinned. I know it's a bit more boring and a bit safer, but they have put the pieces in place for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm incredibly biased in my head. Sami's taken the belt into Mania potentially to defend against. You've suggested Gunther, for example, which I think would be awesome.
You can do Heartbreak when it's not the main event.
And that makes a little bit more sense as well in my head because, you know, you're trying to, like you say, put the pieces together to make the PLE make sense when it comes to Rumble. Gunther, one way or another, losing to AJ Styles but then winning the Rumble is a bit like, yeah, I lost that, but, you know, we talked about Seth Rollins at Mania or...
It's real quiz booking. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, we all call that.
Yeah.
And I really like the idea of a trick shot to Sami Zayn, stumbles into the corner. Trick Williams turns around into like I was going to say Ego's Edge. That's Ethan Page, but it's basically the same.
So,
Razor's Edge.
Razor's Edge. Yeah.
Razor's Edge from Priest to Trick. Turns around, RKO, Randy Orton pops up, Haluva kick, 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, that's a finish and a half. I love that.
I really just do it with Sami, please.
Yeah. What about if...
Because The Rock could decide that, and it's the Saudi Mania. Actually, I would do fancy that.
You are, way more up on your hot goss entertainment chat than I am. And a couple of weeks ago, you were very excited, and I don't keep up with these things. Golden Globes and Oscar nomination season, is it not? You're up on it. How did educate my ignorant ass? How did The Rock and his star turn in the Smashing Machine get on?
Well, he came second at the Golden Globes. There's no official word on that from my sources, though. He was kind of 1 and 1A with Shalom May. That's what a lot of people are saying.
Right, yeah.
Right, Nicholas? Right. And I don't know if there was some sort of clerical error with the Academy Awards, but his name has been omitted, which, turning that frown upside down, means, suddenly very free for April of this year.
We were discussing this over the desk yesterday. It's not in The Rock's nature to come back and not screw some stuff up you love. So this fantasy booking is almost too easy because
thought to be one of the best things that's ever happened in my entire life.
Yeah, I know, but what did we call it at the time? Because it was true. It was a pivot. You don't need to
pivot in wrestling history.
Well, you branded it that, so you don't need to pivot from something if it's already goated. Which is it?
No, they were pivoting from the story that they were going to tell to the greatest story ever told.
Right, but the first one was The Rock's idea as well.
What was the first one, sorry?
The Rock and Roman Reigns while Cody Rhodes...
Of course that's what they wanted to do. What do you think, Seth Rollins was injured before SummerSlam as well? Got you again.
Even watched Unreal. The Rock coming back this year, it's on a plate, right? So Roman Reigns, per scuttlebutt, wants to be in the mix. Big time stuff, proper stuff, belt stuff, whatever. It's all, we're once again at the old political chessboard of the WrestleMania build, which I do like. I want these wrestlers to care about the spots and I want it to matter.
And I'd rather be that than, you remember when, I can't remember what year it was, where it was like, let's say it's April 10th, a few days after WrestleMania, and they're like, next year's WrestleMania is Brock and Roman again.
Yeah, we ain't got anybody else.
What?
We ain't got nothing. Well,
what if things change? They won't.
What do you think we're going to do? 12 months, we're not going to build any stars in that time.
I wouldn't. Don't you worry about that one.
This is the year. If The Rock wants in, the doors are open, pal.
Yeah.
If you want your bloodline match, you can have night 2 if you like. You can have the main event of night 2 if you like. You know, you can put Gunther winning the title on the undercard, and it's like you're not sending the fans home unhappy with the fact that he's won the title. Night 1, like the Summit with a Seth belt. Who gives a rare to Hayes, right? They can have it. They can have the big bloodline match to end all matches between the 2 big stars. Like it wouldn't need a belt. Well, other than the Rock's.
Oh, Dwayne's got a belt, I was going to say.
Put that on the line, because the Rock's going over, baby. So you can stick that title on the line if you want. Yeah, great. Like an out of nowhere solution, because it lifts this weird, like, you're a bloodline guy. I love the bloodline for what it gave me in those wonderful, wonderful times, but you're a real bloodline guy, aren't you?
We've got a Christmas jumper.
Even you can acknowledge that it doesn't work, does it, this Roman Reigns part-time babyface thing? He gets these monumental pops, and then he's like, I'm going to bounce.
Yeah, it's just, what are you doing? I love you, but what are you doing here?
It's really weird, isn't it? Like, so this is perfect, because they're both occupying this almost like, you know when we used to talk about the Brothers of Destruction versus DX, and it would be this section of Raw, it was like, and now the weird bit.
Yes.
Like, you could almost do that with the Rock and Roman Reigns, couldn't you? Anyway, to planet Mars, where the Bloodline are building their WrestleMania match. Like, you could do vignettes on, like, from yachts. You could have them filming videos that are mostly for Twitter that you just air on SmackDown in full or Raw, whatever. And then the rest of the card actually gets down to the business of booking itself on the show. Like, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. Like, Rock and Roman this year. Rock's disruption this year doesn't bother me. I don't think WWE
never bothers me any year, to be honest.
Is in such a space where I feel like I've actively campaigned for it on other shows. Knock the pieces about a bit. Throw the cards up in the air, whatever analogy you want to use.
Yeah.
The Rock does that. Has done that when I've not really wanted him to. I don't mind this year making a bit of a mess. So do what you like doing. But the Roman match is right there for you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You're trying to fit all the pieces together, and you're like, but there's only 2 belts, and only one that really, really matters. And you've got...
You were mentioning as well, like Rhea and Io, based on last year, or Bianca if you're throwing her in for a rematch triple threat, absolutely fights for a main event spot. Like, their star power, the guaranteed match quality, the stakes of a belt if you've got a world title on the line. It's high time that WWE got back to actually considering one of these women's matches as main event worthy. Because Rhea and Charlotte could have and didn't. Yeah. And to be fair, they were doing the Usos and Sami and Kevin, so the story kind of needed it. But what? Bianca and Sasha was the last one?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
37? You know, that's like,
Jeez,
we're coming up on 5 years. And there's been 2 main events each year. And you've not thought, that's worthy of that. Like, I'm not forgetting one, am I?
All right, let's go through it. You said 37.
Bianca and Sasha night 1.
Obviously.
Roman, Bryan, Edge night 2.
Smash them, stack them. Obviously the best.
38 night 2. Brock and Roman disgusting. 39.
Wait a second.
Oh my God.
Well, you can actually press the button now. 38 night 1. Kevin Owens, I tricked you, Steve. Greatest thing
Coming
ever.
back according to reports today.
Thank the Lord.
316's Monday.
The Texas Rattlesnake has got somebody to cover a shift in the metal sharp that he can work WrestleMania this year.
Punk's champion, by the way. Just a quick reminder on that one.
Don't. Jesus Christ.
Rock Roman night 2, Punk Stone Cold night 1.
Okay, done. I know I was just campaigning. We were literally in the middle of coming up with like a run of matches to prove that we haven't had the women in the main event, but you just lost your spot.
Sorry, guys.
No, but yeah. Anyway, we could go through this, but no, it's not. We had 40 was the...
Well, you did 39.
39 was double bloodline. 40 was double bloodline because you had Cody and like tags on night 1.
Oh, 40 was the 2 greatest main events in WrestleMania history, yeah.
41 was the good 3-way and the absolute joke of Cody versus Cena. So you could easily justify it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, actually, speaking of the end of...
But I'm going to go with Randy Orton. Sorry, I'm going to go with Randy Orton.
Oh, Nicholas, who have you got?
What?
For this 4-way. Randy Orton, Trick Williams, Damian Priest, Sami Zayn. Winner goes on to face Drew McIntyre next weekend.
Sami Zayn.
Yes! Me and him like 2 peas in a pod, baby. He's a cool one. And I'm the wacky one.
Very literally, in this pod. So, is that anything? Brian, can we be peas in a pod? Our 3 heads?
What if we got a sponsor from an old beer that I don't know if it still exists or not, and we'd be the Boddington Peas in a Pod?
Don't hate that.
Is that anything?
Down at the bottom of the garden. Yeah. Or
let's do it. Amongst the birds and the bees,
there lives a lot of little people. They're called the Boddington's peas. They're just peas getting pissed.
Yeah.
Drunk Pete.
P stands for pissed.
What about, the brand of peas, Marrowfat?
No.
Marrowfat peas. You get them in they're like tinned peas, I think. It's basically non-mushy peas. It's the recognised symbol of excellence in pea entertainment is Marrowfat. You could be like, I'm marrow and I'm fat. And that's how we could sell peas on this podcast. And then we'd just be inundated with free peas. Do you like peas?
I like peas.
I like peas.
Eric loves some peas.
Yeah, peas have always been one of the baby-faced vegetables to the kids.
Is it because you could say sugar as part of it? Sugar snap peas. You say sugar there, Dad?
I know, but that's a good bit of hint. I like peas, but they're not great, are they? I'm just thinking about peas. I do like them.
Yeah.
They're not amazing. I don't like mushy peas.
No.
I'm not into mushy peas. But it's not... when we did the celebrations ranking...
Oh, you're doing vegetable rankings now?
Well, I just don't think I'd put it in... I don't think peas would make my top 5.
Peas outrank carrots for me.
Nah, I'd go carrots over peas.
Nicholas, casting vote?
Carrots.
There we go.
Although if it's mushy peas, see, I'm different. I'd take mushy peas.
Yeah,
mushy. There's nothing else mushy, is there? Mushy carrots.
Suppose if you're a kid, it's all mush, isn't it? Hang on. Swede carrot mix.
Excuse you?
Like a mash.
Oh, yeah.
Like Swede carrot mix. That's mushed, isn't it? Swede, given the choice.
Is it mushed or is it mashed?
Oof. New game.
Mushed
or mashed?
Mushed or mashed. Mushed for your kid, mashed if you're an adult. Swede, I would say my favourite song is Animal Nitrate, but I like Beautiful Ones as well.
Yeah.
And I would definitely rank it above peas.
I've always been very much of the opinion, give peas a chance, man.
That's solid. That is solid. Peas over broccoli? Come on, no way.
Yeah, no broccoli's. I think broccoli's kind of like it's a really sort of reliable central midfielder, isn't it, broccoli?
Well, tender stem, home and away, because tender stem or little tree. Like little tree's home broccoli, tender stem is away. But that tender stem broccoli is the away kit that you're like, oh, that looks so good. Yeah. Like your Chesterfield one with those.
The third kit,
that's tender stem broccoli, isn't it? Carrots, broccoli.
Potatoes the goat. Potatoes the star.
I don't like potato in a vegetable conversation. I think we're all cheating because then you'd be like, what's your favourite vegetable? Chips.
Even if you take chips out of it, roasties, mash, come on.
Potatoes are obviously the goat, but I just don't think, come on, it's not a vegetable coloured vegetable. It's vegetable in name only, and it's not like green or red.
Is parsnips out then for vegetables?
I know, but you don't get me with it on the colour principle here. Don't try and parsnip this bitch. Parsnip's a vegetable. It's a carrot. It's a carrot in an away kit.
Yeah. Bit of honey sprinkled on it.
With what?
Bit of honey sprinkled on the old parsnips.
Oh, if you're roasting them,
yeah.
If you like, yeah. Sweetens them up a bit for me, but I like them. like them just how I found them, thank you. Like them I'm souping a load of parsnips at the moment. It is parsnip city.
It's a bad time to be a parsnip in the Hamflett household.
But I'd still put them above peas.
Wow.
Parsnips above peas.
So you're not making the top 5, you say?
Well, I think I've already named 4.
Yeah.
I'd put sprouts above them.
God,
I'm
no.
a sprouts
God, no.
But I'm not
shoot
going
them into the sun.
I'm not bringing it into the table because I know it's too divisive and it's not that time of year. What are the veg? There must be more veg. Not surprised that I don't know veg, but I could probably reel off 100 packets of
Best
crisps.
Vegetables ranked.
Onion? Is that a veg?
Yeah.
You're going to alienate some people with an onion, aren't you? I
love onion.
Yeah.
But I just, that is one of those where I'm like, carrot can't go toe to toe with an onion. They're different.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Different, weight divisions.
You're not going to you could eat a carrot like Bugs Bunny. You're not going to eat an onion like an apple, are you? Onion's
you're
a
serial killer.
What are the veg are there?
Hang on, there's a LinkedIn post here that says 14 of the best vegetables.
Okay. See,
I'd put onion in the league with cucumbers, for example.
See, and cucumber falls over into salad, doesn't it?
Yeah. So they got peppers.
Pepper, yeah, but better than peas. Come on.
Yeah.
So versatile, peppers.
Yeah.
What's your favourite colour?
Red. No, orange. I should probably stick to the...
It's fancy red, isn't it?
Yeah. Fancy red.
I like green.
Someone's done a vegetable tier list here.
Good. This is, yeah.
What was this? S tier. Peppers.
Microphone.
Brussels sprouts.
Sprouts, good for them. I agree.
Broccoli, corn.
I don't like it, but I'm not going to dispute the millions that do. Like you were saying, Eric went nuts for it. The kids did when they were little. It does something to people.
Tag team, cabbage and red cabbage in S tier for this.
Now, I don't like red cabbage. I don't trust it. There's something that hits my vinegar aversion with red cabbage. And I think, I don't know. Regular cabbage, though, shoot cabbage, love it. Love shoot cabbage.
Where does sweet potato stand on the potato debate? Is that sneaking in?
I don't know. Because
is that like a potato in disguise?
Like sweet potato massively got over when sweet potato fries happened.
Yeah.
So I say it was chips that got sweet potatoes over.
I'm not having that, by the way. If I'm having fries.
Yeah. But it was chips that got, sweet potato was.
Here, take your potatoes jobs.
It was a total jobber, wasn't it, before everybody started serving the chips in the pubs?
Yeah.
So nobody.
Sweet potato mash.
But this is it. But nobody was like.
But then it also needs the tag team of cheese being brought into it.
The sweet potato mash was not winning the Rumble before somebody made chips out of it.
Mushrooms?
Right. I hate everything mushrooms are and want to be, but get them. Like I wouldn't eliminate. I would eliminate vinegar tomorrow, given the choice. If it's my way or the highway, gown, and my life is so much easier. Mushrooms are losers, but I completely get them. Like if you stick them in a bolognese or whatever else they pad out, like I completely understand it, but like they suck. Mushrooms.
I think mushrooms are the sort of John Cena for me. So like early days, I'm like, great. Getting a bit older.
Let's go mushrooms. Mushrooms suck. Yeah.
And then later stage now, I'm like, I think you can appreciate what mushrooms have done. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say that mushrooms are going to should be, they've been consistent. That's not a reason to be on the Mount Rushmore, though.
No.
Veg.
Do people eat mushrooms raw?
Maybe.
Like in a salad or something, uncooked?
I think so.
I
would never.
Not. I might
on a full English, I'd probably
a full English, like raw.
Sorry,
not raw on a full English.
No.
Oh right, I was going to say because I don't get involved with mushrooms on a full English, but I was thinking, is that all along have they been
mushrooms? Garlic era was when I sort of went. I think we should really start appreciating what they can do. What they can bring to the table.
I'm a pain in the arse for so many reasons, and one of them is my breakfast situation in a pub or a cafe. I have to be so specific that like I may as well not order one. I may as well stick with a sausage or bacon sandwich.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You've got because I'm the same. You can put a cooked tomato on my full English. It's not even. The only way it moves is being thrown off the plate to give to be someone else.
We agree on wet meat, don't we? No wet meat will pass our lips.
But are you, like me, too much of a coward to ask to swap out? Because I've seen people swap out like a tomato for like an extra sausage, and I'm like, that's not a fair exchange. Is it?
Like you've.
How are you getting away with that?
Yeah, yes is a short answer. I'm a complete coward. But if I feel,
I just have it and pretend like I dropped it on the floor or something.
If I feel empowered by the people with me, I will be brave enough to see if I can swap bits out. But nothing makes me happier than when it's a build your own breakfast scenario where you can have like 2 of these or 3 of these, whatever, buffet, or like when you've got the screens now. Or just a nice conversation with a human being that's willing to listen to reason. Like beans that, like, how did we normalise that beans are just on the plate? Like, at least stick them in a ramekin. It is the most corrupting that bitch. It's the most corrupting influence on any plate.
I agree.
Like, the whole thing is beans.
Yes, you can use the sausage as a breakwater, classic, of course, but then that corrupts the sausage.
But you can't, because it just leaks through. Water gets in everywhere, right? And that's what bean juice is. Like, nothing makes me sadder than, like, because I like, despite my aversion to bean juice, I quite like those big, like, testicle-y tomatoes in a tin. With all the tomato juice.
Tomatoes.
Should have got that, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Like like those bollock tomatoes.
I think you need to get yours checked, by the way. Just a quick side note, but yes.
Well, anyway, I could cope a little bit with the tomato juice infecting everything, but I didn't want it.
Yeah.
But there was nothing I was going to do about it. Suddenly everything's gone red.
Could you sacrifice a piece of toast almost as like, it
would be a necessity.
Toast shield.
But I wouldn't enjoy the toast as much.
No, but that's you write that off.
Okay, yeah.
I suppose in this world,
not with beans.
You've got the buffet, so you've almost made an extra piece of toast just as a
while I'm at it, by the way, it was Charlie's birthday last weekend, and he always likes to go to quite a nice hotel as one of his presents, and who are we to deny that? But we got the buffet breakfast. That's one of the reasons he loves this buffet breakfast. And I'm saying this as a dad of 2 kids, do not let children control the beans area, because suddenly everything's the beans area. Can we have a bit of a word about this? Like, if the kids want beans on their plate, I don't even like it, but I'm getting Adele to do it. I'm scooping the beans myself. Like, the beans going, like, when somebody has, the reason to put like the food there and then like a spoon or a grabber here is because one is for one, one is for one, one is for one.
Yes.
Do not use the fucking like scrambled egg ladle in the beans.
No, God, no.
Because then there's like this orange rim around the bit of the scrambled egg, and I can go to the back of the egg, but who knows where that's been. Homophone humour.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, come on. It can't just be me. I know I am difficult, but it can't just be me. There must be people that feel aggrieved about stuff like this. So I would say broadly, peas are fine, but not top tier.
Get here.
What, like in a philosophical sense?
No, it's in the peas chat.
When a man and a lady love each other very much.
Well, let's get back to it with potentially the end of RHIYO. It's sort of weirdly back to front, this. Tonight on SmackDown, number 1 contenders match. Triple threat for the women's tag team titles. Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax and Lash Legend, and Giulia and Kiana James. What? But the day after, you could have new tag champs anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez of the Judgment Day taking on Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. I think I want Judgment Day to win this one.
I do too. Can we do the SmackDown bit first?
Yeah, do that first, because even though it's back to front.
I'm in a land of opportunity, this bitch, right? I want, heading into the Royal Rumble, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss to have their heightened, are we all right? Stuff.
Yeah.
But then fix it. Like the opposite of a wrestling thing. Like they're currently having that thing where Charlotte was ill. Alexa had a chance there. And now Nia Jax and Lash Legend have picked at that a little bit, and it actually affects them in this match, and they lose this match. They go into the Rumble. They're trying to save each other, then one doesn't quite save the other one and whatever, and you think they're going to split, and they walk to the cliff edge, and then rather than just actually diving off it, they walk all the way back, and they fix their friendship. And
I'd have them fight for the titles at Mania.
You keep them together, right? I think they're a good act, and I think it's been fun returning to the sort of they're going to split up element of it, but no, I actually want them to stay the course and hold the wheel with these two as friends. Meanwhile, because Lash and Nia have been the straws that stir the drinks, they should win. Like, they're absolutely dominant, proper Road Warriors dominance over these other two teams, because I want Giulia and Kiana James to split, and I want it to happen in this match. Kiana James holding Giulia back from the fight last week. Let that be the clue that the Giulia, it's time for me to kick everybody's ass turn is coming. Like, Giulia kind of seeing Kiana James and going, what are you doing for me?
Yeah.
We have no chemistry and you suck. Like, and I'm a champion. And that's the end of them. So they lose this match as well.
With all the talk around the supposed direction of Giulia on Unreal Season 2 and how certain things got dropped.
I haven't seen this one yet.
But they've talked around her being involved in big, big things last year. And just for one reason or another, plans change.
Okay. Is it something to do with, like, when it came out that they didn't really care about the US title and Road Dogg didn't know half the roster's names or something like that?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of felt like that when you were watching it, didn't it? I would like Lash and Nia to win this, to just basically...
I like that because it throws you off for the next night.
Yeah, like, they don't really care who's got the belts, they want them, but as fans, it seems natural that you'd have this, like, babyface super match between Lash and Nia versus Rhea and Io, but you don't have to do that, because then you've got, like, the biggest versus the littlest.
Yeah.
Like, so it's got its own nice match chemistry, whoever wins the match, and I'm with you. I think Roxanne and Liv get it done. I think that they are doing something with Liv and Roxanne, but you can have them win and then lose if you want to split them up. Could they go into WrestleMania as, I think they could they go into WrestleMania as tag team champions?
Maybe.
Take on Alexa and Charlotte, possibly.
Yeah, or would we potentially book some sort of mad four-way ladder match?
The division's in a healthy state, isn't it? They should get the ladder match this year. Yeah. And with that,
Rio not splitting necessarily at Saturday night's main event. They're just not having the tag team titles and then going into the Rumble being a bit like, oh,
It's great having the Rumble in it next week. Like,
it is a perfect position.
You've got like all of these stakes that every wrestler can suddenly be like, well, okay, that didn't work out as I wanted, but I can throw myself into this 30-person match where I can win it all. So it's almost like every wrestler real quiz in that bitch between now and next Saturday is perfect, isn't it, from a narrative point of view?
Gargano versus Nathan. 1 second. Oh, bloody hell, what have I pressed there? I've never seen that before in my life. Okay.
This is like the second worst attempt at pressing a button I've seen this week in the studio.
Gargano versus Nathan Frazer.
When I'm cleaning windows.
End it.
Mask stuff.
End it. I hate it. I like you. That's what I like.
I like you too, mate.
That's what I like about this storyline is I like you. So every single week.
They're heading towards mask versus hair, of course.
When you hit me with that, because I like you and I want nice things to happen to you, I want that. But I don't even want that at this point. I hate these characters. I hate the idea that they come up with these pathetic ruses where the object of desire, and we're going to get onto a good example of that coming shortly, but the object of desire is this mask that has been within grabbing distance or has also been proven valueless because there's multiple masks.
Yeah,
the very story.
At least 2 extra that he's got.
Is around. He never once said, oh, this was like a special mask that was knitted for me by a fan or something, you know, like just it's all right, I got 6 more in my bag. It's like the time when Randy Orton was picking his gear and as somebody that loves like wrestling attire was like, oh, what are the special reasons? And he just got 4 out. I think I'll go with blue. I was like, oh, right. That was that then. Like that's Axiom and his masks. So yeah, the match will be fine. I understand that, especially like, you know, it's a wrestling show and this is one of them best foot forward matches where Johnny Gargano versus Axiom on paper could be a very, Nathan Frazer could be a very nice match. Good TV match. It's not over. Like the wrestlers have got this uphill battle match where they've got to lose the first half in order to get them back on side for the second half because they're not popping for the entrances, which everybody in WWE gets popped for the entrances and these don't. The opening exchanges need to be Nathan Frazer going 500 miles an hour, otherwise the fans are not going to care about that.
Yes.
And then you might get them by the finish. And as you say, if we're going to mask versus hair, I guess it means Gargano needs to win to keep it going.
Or at the very least, Frazer wins, Gargano beats him afterwards and cuts his hair off.
Takes a lock of...
Got 1 of each now.
Don't hate that. Double trophy. Maybe you've just won me back round.
Look at me, I'm Candice LeRae as well. I've got blonde hair.
Him, like, having this one long bit of blonde on his otherwise short dark hair is quite funny.
Yeah.
Not, like, very funny.
Quite Gargano funny.
Gargano funny, yeah.
Before we get to the main thing everyone's here to talk about, let's talk about the small matter of AJ Styles' last ever SmackDown appearance.
Is that what it's being marketed as?
No, I have just written this as another bullet point because it could be, at the end of the day, he's putting his career on the line at next week's Royal Rumble. He's been invited by the SmackDown GM, whose name escapes me actually right now. I can't remember what his name is. But yeah, he's talked about how this is the show that AJ Styles built, and he's been invited, and AJ has responded on social media saying like, yeah, can't be. I think he said basically said can't be worse than the weather where I am right now.
Yeah, bad weather in America, aren't they? Shout out if you're in America and suffering bad weather. Apparently it's bloody everywhere.
It's raining here.
It's going as far north as Canada. Like there's travel issues potentially with getting to Montreal, I saw as well. So like it's just like
it's pouring it down out there as well.
What did that make you think when you walked in this morning?
So much for the summer, eh?
Apparently, so much for the summer aid defines most of America's weather at the moment in Canada.
Okay.
So, get well soon weather-wise. Our friends in the other country.
Who do you want to see AJ interact with on SmackDown?
Well, first of all, can we just acknowledge how funny it is that for the second week in a row, something's going to happen on WWE TV that's going to embarrass that first episode of Impact? Because AJ Styles is going to do 50 times a better job of basically stretching out saying, I built this place, and he's actually going to look like he wants to be there as opposed to the Impact debut, which was just the beginning of the end for that episode of television.
I watched, just on a random tangent, a little 10-minute, what's it called? WWE Vault on YouTube now, whatever they call it, calling that version of things. Watched a little thing of WWE Untold, does that sound right?
Yeah. Of
him 10 years ago. How's it gone that fast? Debuting at the Royal Rumble.
Good, that one.
One of the first news articles speculating on AJ leaving New Japan and heading to WWE. What website's that?
Was that WhatCulture?
That would be, yeah.
Before they went off us?
Yeah.
because nothing to do with us, by the way, but some people who worked here at the time just alienated them 6 different ways.
Yeah, what's the way we can really piss them off?
And then we never got that back.
Thanks, guys.
So it's like, and we never spoke to the Fade again. It's amazing. Yeah, time is scary. 10
That's
years.
mad, innit?
It's weird, right? Because it's for as far as 10-year spells go for AJ Styles, it feels like it's like happened in an instant. But then also, some of his run has been like quite long and boring and protracted. So it's a bit of both. It's not like
You can sort of put bits together, like a debut, I2AJ,
yeah.
and then my brain like goes, oh, he held the WWE Championship for a year. He had that fun tag team with Omos. And then other
You know
bits.
how he's filled his time.
Dead Man.
Yeah, it's not like it's just been look at that, it's gone. Like your kid's getting older or something.
Yeah.
It's proper. No, there was a lot of weeks where we were just kind of in the trenches watching perfectly fine AJ Styles material, Winter Styles with Samoa Joe. There's been some ups and downs, but I would love this to be the, as you say, the AJ Styles genuinely believes. Well, he doesn't believe it's going to be his last SmackDown, but the narrative has to be it could be.
I like the idea of them, making him some sort of video package of like, leave the man Marie's alone. Why the frick you showing this?
Yeah, what the frick? And like Mello coming out and almost ruffling his hair, being like, "It would be my honor to defend my title against you on your last
night on SmackDown.
My last SmackDown, ring the bell." And then Mello beats him. He's like, "Oh no!"
If that happens next week, you know what that means.
I think we've put this together, haven't we? Mello versus AJ would continue Mello's nice run of like really cool United States TV matches. AJ Styles, well, I held that belt before, but I won't mind holding it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice, isn't it?
Yeah. I like contractually, I don't have to watch SmackDown this week, but I'm going to.
Yeah, wouldn't miss this one.
Well, especially because the presumed main event, they'll probably move this to Saturday night's main event and put it in the main event slot as well.
I would both. Main event of every arena.
It is.
Including the one in Newcastle.
I think only you and I are excited about the WhatCulture office.
It's weird, isn't it? The stakes for us are like WrestleMania high.
Yeah.
And non-existent to the rest of the world. Maybe I'd like to think we've got some people on board on this podcast, but right now, like I'm getting like butterflies even mentioning it.
Yeah.
I will be seated, as the kids have already stopped saying, for this match more than a lot of TV I know I'm going to settle for this year.
We had a dream, we had a vision, and now, I mean, the MFTs are better than the vision, I suppose. Can the MFTs win those tag titles from the Wyatt Six? I've been campaigning for quite some time. They should probably drop the tag titles to literally anybody. Where the hell are the Street Profits, guys?
Yeah.
With the, what's the phrase I want to use here? The potential game changer being the Lantern.
Yes. Change those belts over right now.
Yeah.
Change them over right freaking now. The MFTs, I don't need to soapbox that bitch this week. I do it every other week.
Yeah.
Now is the time. The Wyatts have been an actually serviceable act.
Passable, yeah.
But as tag team champions, absolutely not. They've been the latest in a long line. And I'd like that to, like, this is why Unreal stinks. I bet there's not an episode in this series, which I will watch every second of and devour regardless. But, like, I bet there's not a single moment in this episode where somebody just flags up in one of those little stuffy writers' rooms meetings where everybody just likes Triple H, a smaller or bigger version of him. Where it's like, you know, we got two tag divisions and we booked neither of them. What do you think about that, Paul? Like, yet again, the Wyatts join this long line of Triple H era tag teams who win belts, and that's the end of the story rather than the beginning.
Yeah.
It just happens over and over and over again. You don't need that with the MFTs. I'm choosing to believe, quite frankly, I'm choosing to believe WWE have caught up with our affection for the MFTs, which is that they are a well-booked act. Despite our own love for them, we could do this business where, like, SmackDown coverage is like no MFT slander zone, but they could be rubbish. Yeah. We could just love them in spite of that, right? Which I think people think we do. No. Like, this act have been integral to the turning around of the show. And they've, like, followed this quite consistent and logical thread that the rebuilding job that Solo Sikoa did was with a plan in mind that eventually he enacts, right? I feel like I repeat this every week, but it's worth repeating to put over this story. Revenge on Sami Zayn. Tick.
Yeah.
Right? Dominance as a stable over the mid-card of SmackDown. Tick. Survivor Series win. US title that was once in the possession of the family. Tama Tonga continues to be Tama Tika because it's yeah eventually when he gets his shot. Right? Not yet. Might have to wrestle Nakamura or something, but he keeps watching this title and is waiting, isn't he, to pick his open challenge week. He'll win it. Tag team titles, because they haven't had them since last year. Tonight, next. And then, all that leaves was last week's Solo's manifesting to become the WWE Undisputed Champion. And by then it'd be stupid not to, right? Undisputed Quest for the Gold, MFTs edition.
Tag this week, US title shot next week, Royal Rumble Saturday.
Solo wins the Rumble.
Job done.
Yeah.
Completed it all before the end of January, thanks.
We are not talking the MFTs to the very, very top of the card, but these are mid-card belts. These are mid-card, like, vengeance missions. And the more that they complete, the better this story gets.
Do you sort of see an affinity or a connection maybe to the Judgment Day when you talked about how they were the sort of the central part of Monday Night Raw when you loved it?
Yeah.
As much as you did a few years
It's
ago.
a great comparison, yeah. They didn't get enough respect for their kind of almost like magic wand ability to make nearly the same tag match every week feel brand new and hot every week. You know, rotation of maybe 5 baby faces at any given point. I talk about this all the time. And this is on a SmackDown, so it's allowed. Low key, my favourite moment of the WWE boom, perhaps the creative boom, was Rhea and Paul Heyman making the dirty deal. And then all the baby faces having to come together to the point where Cena came out before Cody and people singing Cody's theme. Remember that?
Yeah.
LA Knight, Jey Uso, that brawl. And then Heyman's like, I think he goes to Solo, doesn't he? And Jimmy, and I'll leave it, get out of there. And like Balor and Dom get the kick in or whatever it is. That was this sort of like, for me, it crystallized how successful the Judgment Day had been as heels and how all of a sudden your star lineups, it was proof of concept that you'd got over all of these people, basically. It's not as hot now, WWE, but the MFTs it's a perfect comparison because while this match doesn't feel as hot and the MFTs don't feel as hot and this expedition for gold that they're on doesn't necessarily get headlines or get talked about, it's happening. If you're watching, it's happening.
Yeah.
They've been loyal to the story. They protect Tama Tonga extremely effectively. Solo Sikoa is a really, really fabulous TV heel. Like if Solo Sikoa had it in him to get over as a babyface, he'd be a better wrestler than Jey Uso was in the spot.
Yeah.
A more interesting wrestler than Jey Uso was in the spot. I don't think he's got a Yeet level momentum train in him. But as a performer, does that make sense? He's proved himself.
He's fun.
Yeah, he's fun, right? And he's worked all the way back up. Like, his version of credibility is not Roman Reigns' credibility, but it's a different kind of credibility.
And he had to rebuild that. It was a bit like, right, what are you doing after this Netflix debut?
Yeah, he was done after that. To come all the way back around. Tonga's useless. That's funny. Tama Tonga's the actual good one.
Yeah.
JC Mateo, has a spot. And I don't mean that in a patronising way, but where were you going to fit Jeff Cobb, really?
Yes.
And he just fits. He's this little, muscle machine of the group. He's got a good engine. Doesn't necessarily need to work the matches sometimes, and it hasn't hurt him, has it? You know? I think I love them. Belt them up right now.
And especially, I hope so, obviously, for the two of us and nobody else.
Maybe, I don't know. If we convince the comments yet that this is not some sort of bit we're doing.
What's a more likely, not SmackDown, make it onto the WrestleMania card? Wyatt 6 or the MFTs?
MFTs.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not and I know the Wyatts have got their fan base for different.
Yeah.
The thing is, right, here's the thing. I'll try and, we always go too long on the MFTs. Not for us. I love it.
Yeah.
But the Wyatts are over / deserve a spot / however you want to classify it because of something terrible in Bray Wyatt's passing.
Yes.
And a aesthetic and a vibe that people enjoy. It's nothing to do with their week-to-week booking.
No.
The MFTs are SmackDown television characters that function within the world, that try and build the world, that try and make the world better.
And imagine this time next week, MFTs are tag team champions. And who's that heading into Saturday night's main event? Not Saturday night's main event. Who's that heading into the Royal Rumble to potentially leave as WWE champion? Oh, it's Sami Zayn.
Oh. like Jacob Fatu as a tweener. You know, there's overlaps. There's places to go. Let's say the Rock and Roman do their like Planet Mars build, and then 1 week Soda's like, all right, boys.
Like, make a triple threat, if anything, won't we?
Including me. They just beat the MFTs ass. They just bumping feed for the big lads that week. That's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love them. Help them up.
Before we wrap things up, I'm going to ask you one question. So there's no spoilers or anything here, so don't worry about it. We'll talk more about Gladiators on Monday, obviously.
Monday's better for that because we naturally had to have veg chat today, didn't we?
Yeah, obviously veg chat prioritised in our show notes. Simple question, without giving anything away if people haven't seen it or haven't caught up like me. Will the Traitors win? It's the finale tonight.
No.
Okay.
So
I think I'm actually back in the faithful this year.
Me too. But I love all of it and everyone, and we'll miss it when it's gone. It's the MFTs.
I might have to, like...
My favourite television, because it's the MFTs of the BBCs.
I might have to wean myself off by watching American Traitors.
Say this every year and we never do it.
Yeah.
Can we talk without traits? Can we talk Gladiators?
Go on.
Because we have one new game to review and one new game to preview. Because I saw an advert last night. Review the new Gladiators game, run through a wall. It's amazing.
Yeah.
For those that haven't seen it, you got two contenders that have different walls to get through, literally. So one is that you just have to shoulder barge through it. Another is that you have to punch and kick some holes in it so you can climb over it.
Battering ram.
And and there's a battering ram. And then you got a big old button at the end that you got to press, and it's you, your other contender, and the Gladiator in a race. And last week, the Gladiators kicked ass on it, and then Cyclone,
oh my God,
did like a people's elbow on the button. Unbelievable.
And they did a spinneroonie or something, didn't
Maybe,
she?
yeah.
Breakdancing, yeah.
This week's new game, have you seen the
No, I've not seen the trailer.
I don't know what it's called. Let's call it Tip. All right. There's like a seesaw type circle that they stand on.
Right.
Right. A big wall in the middle, contender on one side, Gladiator on the other, just pushing as hard as they can to tip it enough that one of them falls off.
Wow.
And I'm assuming you just gew until you can't gew, mew, and then you fall off.
I can't wait.
What
weekend.
Yeah, and I think it's quite high as well. Scary. Remember, I am campaigning for it. I think somebody got seriously injured, maybe. Poleaxe was one of my all-time favourites.
Yeah.
Race to the top, press the button, fall. But it was big.
Yeah.
It was
real big.
When the AEW made the cage too tall for Cody, I think how big are these balls? Like,
were they? You joking?
I think somebody might have got injured on the bump.
Yeah.
Even the crash mat looks so comfy, didn't it? You did want to fling yourself onto it.
I'm all right to go up to the top. I'll just jump off from it, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, lots to look forward to this weekend. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, or on X at WhatCulture WWE. Watch, they can follow all three of us. You can follow my Hamflett, sort of, at
Hamflettx at gmail.com. I'm also on Cameo.
You can follow our brilliant producer, Adam Nicholas, at...
It's Adam Nicholas.
And you can follow me at Adam Wilbourn. Make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcast from, for daily wrestling podcasts. Got Wrestle Culture coming your way later on today. We'll be back on Monday with a live review of Saturday night's main event. All going well. We'll mention developments on SmackDown, particularly if the MFTs win the tag titles. But for now, this has been the SmackDown Saturday night's main event preview, where we talked about AJ Styles' last ever SmackDown appearance. Will the MFTs win the tag titles? Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu, the end of RHIYO, and who is heading to the Royal Rumble?
SmackDown preview. It's got all this, and I've had peas before.
See you soon.